Manzo on the restart. Weaves his way, fires, and scores.
We're going to attack, coming middle, trying to free
himself up, shot, score! Gets around Weed, off the bounce, shot, and a score. Wow. Levine with some speed. Levine fakes a pass. Levine all the way is going to fire and score.
Up top, Druin.
He wants a shot, and he's got it. Wow.
Meanwhile, Arbusto, one-handed shot is up and in. Got a penalty flag down.
Skip pass sets up the board, and it's time to pluck a chicken.
Nah. But a good one-handed scoop up.
Oh, Ryan, and he lights the lamp. Lowers that left shoulder and fires up the Cougar fans. Look at this.
Nice play.
Fake shot by Brunzik, and then he drills it on his way to the ground.
Chase, extra feed,
shot, score, game over.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Hampton. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. We are joined in progress here, just underway. In Hampton, about 2.5 gone by. Timberlane searching for a 2-0 lead. That shot going to be waved off, and Winnacunnet will get possession. This, of course, a battle in Division 2 with now less than a week remaining in the regular season. Timberlane comes in with D2's third best record and are on track perhaps to capture the number 3 seed in the upcoming tournament. Winnacunnet, meanwhile, red hot after an 0-3 start. They've run off 9 in a row and are looking to make it 10 straight here on senior night. They are also in the top 5 in the Division 2 standings. So a big game, Roger. And if that wasn't enough, you throw in a long win streak in the head-to-head series for the Warriors. The last Owls win came back in Coach Blaska's first year in 2015. So it's been a while. And both teams ready to roll here in the early going. It was 1-0 as, well, Timberlane got a goal in the first minute. Braden Bowman, the captain on his way to UNH, scored one unassisted while we were away. And that is where we are, 1-0 with now 3.5 gone by first quarter.
Yes, indeed. And, Winnacunnet, they're a team we saw first game of the season, in fact, and they have made some very, very good improvements, obviously, not just indicative of their record, but in talking with Coach Pat Snow, they are peaking at the right time. And, as you know, they are right in the thick of the playoff hunt. They're neck and neck with Wyndham right now for that that 5th spot. And there it is.
That's another one for the Owls. Jack Condon, the junior. Attack gets some pretty good positioning there near the cage. He finishes on the front porch, and Timberlane has come out to a 2-0 lead here on the road.
Yeah, very tenacious. This is how you need to be. This is how Coach Blaska likes it. He likes to be very, very aggressive. He's my kind of coach when it comes to transition as well. He's a push-it kind of guy and get it downfield, and that's exactly what he did with Braden Bowman on that first play. Just push it, go to the rack, and that's how Timberlane has seen a lot of success this year and with Coach Blaska over the years.
Owls at 12-2 on the campaign. The 2 losses against the 2 teams with the best records in Division 2. That, of course, is defending champion Portsmouth and Derryfield. Owls, of course, have had plenty of recent postseason success. A trip to the championship game 2 years ago in 2021 and a deep run in the tournament last year as well. A lot of returnees from those squads. Spoke with Coach Blaska last night, and you could tell, Roger, he loves this group and is pretty confident. I think coming into this one, wants to treat it kind of like a playoff game, so to speak, in terms of intensity and preparation as a kind of final tune-up before next week's tournament.
Yeah, and I think what he really nice take
Bowman again.
Bowman, yeah. What he really enjoys, and I think he excels at, is raising all ships out there with his roster. And he's over the years had some real holes that he's had to plug up with other players because of injuries. And he's got that same issue this year with several of his players that are out for the season. He's lost.
There's Condon on a bouncer.
Nice shot.
How about the placement? Goes off the grass and then past the Winnacunnet goaltender, Noah Andronako. Junior made a good effort there, but a split second late, and it's 3-0 Timberlane.
Well, you know, we talked about this at the BG-BC game on Sunday, just how well every team that we have covered this year has, through the season, gotten better at shot selection, the way they are approaching the game and being a little smarter. So, you know, certainly raising that IQ along the whole rosters for what we've seen.
And I'd imagine, Roger, as a former coach, that's something you've seen in the past, right? Teams not only playing better, but making the right decision more often as the season goes on.
Yeah, and it really depends on what you're doing off the field with your team. Great cut, good save.
Yeah. And now Andronako out of the cage, the junior on the move, but the clear is off target, and the ball will bounce at midfield before Winnacunnet gets to it, and Coach Snow is going to call a timeout. Not the start the Warriors were hoping for on senior night, but nonetheless, work to do, trailing 3-0 midway through this first quarter. Our broadcast brought to you by Beals Insurance, locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. By MG Sports Fundraising, that's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com and start raising money for your team today. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair, it's done while you wait, and it's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast. Visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. By Spectrum Monthly, powerful local advertising solutions. Find out more at SpectrumMonthly.com. And finally, by Roger Howe Real Estate, part of the Bean Group. Call Roger on his cell phone. Right? What's that number, Roger?
Text,
even better.
603-247-1583.
Or email Roger at rhowerealestate.com. Nick and Astis, Roger Howe with you. Final week of the regular season statewide. A lot on the line, so to speak.
A lot of turnover in the next couple of days, I think, between the flip-flopping and the standings for sure.
Yeah. And, of course, 2 of the hotter teams here going at one another. Winnacunnet, they started 0-3. Of course, they graduated a ton from that unit last year. And took them perhaps a couple of weeks to get acclimated with each other. And then once Game 4 rolled around, they have not looked back. Unbeaten over the last 9 as they get a shot here. Pretty good look, but it'll sail wide. And now it's Caleb White, the senior, ready for the restart. White, one of the 5 seniors honored before the game. He's going to stick around and
nice look.
Play next year at Franklin Pierce. Here's a good finish. Antonio Franciosa, another senior on his way to the NCAA. He'll play for Western Connecticut next year, and pretty good execution there for the Warriors' first goal.
Yes, indeed. And cross-crease pass, too. So good look there by Caleb White. And good finish. Good finish by Francioso. Yeah, he's going to Western Connecticut. They won the Little East Conference this year and made the bracket. They were out early because, of course, the way the NCAA has things set up, it's a proximity, it's a location-type matchup, and they got completely smoked by Tufts.
RIT.
Tough. Oh, RIT. It was RIT, yeah. Yeah, Tufts is running away with it right now in the northern part of things.
Yeah,
but,
they'll face Salisbury
in
the championship there.
Which will be fun.
Yeah, 2 perennial powers. Meanwhile, a double team is going to force a turnover. This is White trying to push the advantage to his right. Shot low is, I think, going to ring the bell. Good layout there in cage by the 3-year starter, senior Brady Marston. But in the end, Winnacunnet will keep it.
Boy, he's quick. Brady is quick. Got that leg out there.
Another future NCAA athlete. He'll play up at St. Michael's,
yeah.
In the NE10.
Yeah. He was a good guest of ours a couple weeks back.
Yeah, so all in all, Roger, we've got, between these 2 teams, I believe 10 commits.
10 commits. The South Carolina commit, Tanyan.
There's a wraparound. Franciosa able to shed his man behind the cage, turn the corner, and finish, and it's a 1-goal difference yet again. We're inside of 5 minutes remaining first quarter.
Impressive what he just did there. Franciosa, let's go back to him. He's heading over to Western Connecticut, and you got the 2 Franklin Pierce commits and a UNH commit. And give a shout out to the UNH head coach who's here today, Sean Houlihan, doing a little scouting now that MCLA has done.
Got a scrum at the X. And off the bounce, it's fielded knee-high by Winnacunnet's Dwayne Pascal. One of the few freshmen seeing time either way today. He's going to hook up with White. No, he won't. That pass gets away from the senior. Ends up out of bounds, and now Timberlane will come the other way. 3-2 here in the early going. Sun is out, not a cloud in the sky here on the beach. A little bit of a breeze, as there usually is, but all in all, gorgeous weather. Meanwhile, Condon got a step. Looks on the weak side, but the pass is off target. Trying to hook up there with Landon Petrie, the freshman. Here's Petrie. Going to feed Condon. Condon going to backtrack, and the Owls will restart here. 3-2 is our score. Stop and start. Set up Bowman. Going to lower the shoulder. Bigger defender on him. Now he's triple team. Going to spin out of it. Eludes the man behind the cage. Looking for a shot up top, but that pass is low. Intended for Austin Charest. And a good defensive play here. Laird Sullivan. And he gets knocked down, and Sullivan's slow to get up, trailing the play at midfield. He's still down, in fact. Timberlane has it. Laird is stumbling and clearly banged up. And now the officials will stop play with a whistle. Sullivan's going to make his way to the home sideline.
Yeah, tough play there at half field.
Winnacunnet coaching staff upset there wasn't a penalty. Coach Snow a few steps onto the grass. We talked with Coach Snow on the opener. Looking to challenge his group. Again, a lot of new faces. Only 5 seniors here. But he's done a heck of a job, Roger, over the last month and a half or so as his team comes in nursing a 9-game win streak.
Yes, indeed. And not only that, he started off the season with a short roster, and it's gotten shorter. He's had to bring up, in talking with him before the game, he's had to bring up some JV players, which is a good thing. This late in the season, kind of like bringing up your, bolstering up your baseball roster for September. But, they're not going to see a lot of playing time. But still, he's done a fantastic job of taking that starting 8.
There's a low shot. No, Bowman a fake, and then a finish.
Nice.
Able to release that one low. The youngsters fired up. That one went low-high, but impressive footwork to get that one off for his second goal.
Yeah, we've talked about Braden many times over the last 3 years. His older brother, Michael, was also an attackman at Timberlane, New Hampshire Tomahawk. He went on to play collegiately as well for a short time, and Braden has followed in Big Brother's footsteps, and he's a little smaller than Michael was. Michael wasn't a big kid, but he's still got the skills that the older brother passed down, I'm sure, and he's got 2 goals today. Probably it's not the end.
Here's Condon on the far sideline. Owls looking to keep the momentum going. They scored the first 3, a chance to equal that lead here. On the ground ball, Condon absorbs a hit. Ball flies out of the stick of Bowman, and now it's up for grabs. Bowman able to reach down and hold his balance with 1 foot, turns to the right, another split dodge, takes a hit, still has it,
Triple
and
team.
then scores. Well, the Energizer bunny there, Braden Bowman, able to take a number of hits before releasing that one. He scores it again off the bounce. And Timberlane back up 3 yet again, 5-2.
Yeah, this is something that you point out as a coach in the film room for your defense. You can't stick check well-skilled players that are stealthy and fast like he is. You got to put a body on him. You got to drive through him. He, like I said, triple team on a kid that's probably 5'6", 5'7", maybe in there.
So 3 goals in this first quarter for Braden Bowman. And Timberlane giving Coach Blaska the start he was hoping for. It's 5-2. Face-off win, a big one there for the Warriors as they look to stem the momentum. Inside of 2 minutes, first quarter. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you here. First of 2 broadcasts this week. We'll be back at it on Friday on the road at Pinkerton when they host Bedford. That's a big game in terms of the potential seeding in the D1 tournament. So we'll be on the air early with that one about 4:50 Eastern for a 5 o'clock start. Again, Bedford at Pinkerton Friday.
Oh, nice.
Franciosa jammed up on the release. His teammates got his back, but Marston says not so fast. The senior comes up with the stop on the doorstep, leads the clear, and now it's the long pole Shivel.
Oh.
Rainbow pass too strong, intended for Condon. Condon going to track it down, actually save it, and then Bowman able to cradle it with one hand with inches to spare here along the near sideline. Good hustle. It pays off for the Owls as they extend the possession.
Huge, huge play right there. That's why you never give up on the ball on grass. You don't know what's going to happen next. And Condon, he hustled his butt over there, and good for Bowman to be his trailer.
Inside of a minute, now 45 seconds remaining first quarter. A chance for Timberlane to go up 4 for the first time. Owls scored the first 3 goals of the contest. Scored the last 2 as well. Here's a one-on-one. This is Austin Charest.
Oh!
Junior midi, back
nice.
door, and then
jeez.
That's going to be a finish for the freshman, Landon Petrie. Well, the little guy kind of forgotten about on the weak side, and pass on the money makes you pay, and it's now a 6-2 Timberlane lead here, which is 25 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
Yeah, and I think, he did get the assist on that. So good for Charest. But, look at Petrie. I mean, standing tall there amongst giants.
Face-off win for Winnacunnet, but then the Fogo jammed up from behind, and there's Shivel to the rescue for Timberlane on the ground ball. Final 10 seconds. Up the field for Condon. Here's the countdown from the sideline. Try to hook up with Bowman at the top of the slot. That one broken up. Ball on the grass, up for grabs, and that is going to do it. As we've played 12 minutes now here on the Seacoast. A good start for Timberlane. Coach Blaska said he wanted his crew to treat this one like a playoff game. They've brought that postseason intensity, at least through the first quarter. 6-2 Owls here, back to the beach in just a moment. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Start of the second quarter here in Hampton. It's a 6-2 lead for Timberlane. The Owls have come out ready to go. They scored in the first minute. Braden Bowman, just seconds into the game, unassisted, put Timberlane on the board. 2 more came from Jack Condon, forcing Warrior head coach Pat Snow to call an early timeout. It seemed to have worked as Antonio Franciosa scored 2 for the home team to bring them back within 1 at 3-2. But the Owls close out the first quarter with 3 unanswered. Bowman gets numbers 2 and 3, and then the freshman Landon Petrie. The final 25 seconds Scores again for Timberlane. So 6-2, Winnacunnet coming into this one having won 9 straight games. Got their work cut out for them here on Senior Day.
Yeah, and that's not how Coach Snow wanted to see this one start. That's for sure. They've got 2 games left after this, Nick. Sauhegan and Alvern. Alvern has not been a pushover this year.
No.
Oh, good blast.
Shot and score. That one able to beat Marston upstairs. It's Tanyan Zylkowski, senior midfielder, on his way to South Carolina, showing you the sharpshooting skills and a much-needed goal for the home team there at 6'3".
Yeah, he's going to go to South Carolina for football. No reports on him playing for their club team down there, but they have a very good club team down there. They're always in, the top 10, top 20, so that MCLA team that they have down there is very talented as well. He could probably go on as a walk-on.
And I heard the football team is pretty good, too.
Yeah, those are they the Gamecocks? Is that what they are?
That is.
Yeah.
So a goal in the first minute here for Winnacunnet, opening the second quarter on a high note for the Warriors, as they're back within 3 at 6-3, and now taking their time here as well, as Francios is going to jog unabated towards midfield. As you notice, the numbers on the grass representing the 5 seniors, they were honored earlier prior to game time. Friends and family down on the field, and as we know, Senior Day always special for the upcoming grads. There's a pass across the zone. White didn't seem like he was quite ready. Zylkowski will back him up, get the step, and then lost his footing. Ball comes loose. It's poked up in the air. Timberlane's got a beat on it, and now the Owls come the other way. This is Michael Savage, the athletic sophomore. He wants a shot, but the bouncer is wide left. It'll go out of play. Coach Blaska spoke highly of the young sophomore Michael Savage. His older brother came through the program, as we know. And he's one of their more overall, I suppose, more athletic players.
And his older brother Billy was an outstanding defender, and we called that championship game a couple years ago.
Yeah.
They did not win that game, but Billy was actually called upon to do some facing off towards the end of that game.
That's
but
right.
Michael is, I think Michael's just a little bit faster than Billy was.
The coach said he's throwing him on the attack at times, but very versatile midfielder. Owls look for their first goal here in the second quarter, leading 6-3 now with 3 minutes gone by. Bowman is going to score another. The youngster showing some emotion. He's putting together quite a first half here with now 4 goals. The lead is back to 4 at 7-3.
Yeah, and there needs to be some discipline here on the Warriors defenders. They are trying way too hard to stick check and not get bodies and move some meat out there. And this is what Braden Bowman's very good at. He does a quick hitch move, little fake of a dodge, comes off of it quick. Watch this. Little fake, boom. Step, and he's off to the races. And you cannot stick check like that when you're talking about these quality attackmen.
Yeah, very quick. Off the face-off, the long pole's got the inside track for the Warriors, but he runs out of room. And it's turned over. Owls' pressure here has been good. That ride has been one of Timberlane's strengths really all season. Here's Shivel. Long pass for Condon, and the attack ready to go again as the Owls seek their first 5-goal lead of the game. With just over 3 minutes now gone by in this second quarter.
And Shivel's older brother played here at Timberlane as well. He was injured, I think, the entire season last year, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it was this young man here. But, a lot of injuries on the Owls roster this year. 2 of them are seniors. Actually, it looks like, all 3 of them are seniors. And one of them is their captain, Andrew Morin.
There's a shot.
So, again, getting back to the comment we were starting to do in the first quarter there, Coach Blaska's had to really fill some holes out there with his roster again this year with some major injuries of his top guys.
Well, good coaches find ways to get it done. Speaking of finding a way, how about Bowman putting on a show here? Took a shot after the release. That's goal number 5, but the youngster is shaken up, hunched over, and now sitting down. on the Timberlane sideline. Not something Coach Blasco was hoping to see.
Yeah, no, and this is a lot of stick checking. And that was just a full body press against the youngster.
Took a shot
Yeah.
from the second defender. And is back up on his feet now, but still in some pain as he walks around behind the bench. Another scrum off the faceoff. Timberlane had it for a moment. There's Brendan Paris, the first to it. He's helped out here by Savage, and now the Owls will clear it out.
Yeah, that's their first face-off win this quarter, Nick. Winnacunnet is dominating, but well behind in the score.
Coming up on 5 minutes gone by, second quarter, 8-3 Timberlane. They've held the lead throughout this first half. Timberlane hoping to win out. That would likely result in a number 3 seed in the upcoming tournament. They trail again just Portsmouth and Derryfield. Those are the only two teams they lost to so far this season. Winnacunnet at 9-3, right behind them in the standings. Patience here for the Owls. Coach Blasco watching with his arms crossed at the head of the bench. Got that sweatshirt and shorts look, which
I think he's
is
like
appropriate here with the wind and the sun, I suppose, right?
Well,
I guess I'm guilty of the same thing.
you're going to see what I'm dealing with here at the booth, folks.
Here's a pass intercepted. Good idea, but the receiver not quite ready there. The defender, Tony Piotrowski, ends up with it. And now the Warriors trying to clear. Savage.
Oh, push.
The Savage ride, so to speak. Did he step out, or are we getting a push?
I think we got
We're getting a
push.
timeout.
Oh, timeout.
Yep. Coach Snow going to use his second. It comes here midway through this second quarter with Winnacunnet trailing 8-3. It's a good timeout there, right?
Yeah, good timeout. You you haven't had the ball very much. It's halfway through this quarter almost, and ball's been down the other end almost the entire time. So yeah, take the timeout, try and set something up, give your defense a rest.
Yep. Well, it's 8-3 here. Timberlane out in front. We apologize for the late start here. Little technical problems upstairs. Our scoreboard camera not quite operational, so bear with us. We've got about 6 minutes remaining here. Second quarter, 8-3. Timberlane out in front. Again, the Owls scored the first 3 goals of the contest. Just over 5 minutes in, Braden Bowman, then 2 from Jack Condon. Winnacunnet came out of a timeout with 2 straight. Both scored by Antonio Franciosa, the senior. And then the last 3 of the first quarter belonged to Timberlane as well. Bowman 2 more than the freshman Landon Petrie, with just 25 seconds remaining in that opening frame. It was 6-2 after 1, and then these 2 teams have exchanged goals up until a moment ago. Bowman 2 more. He's got 5 in this first half. So it's a big win, a big lead on the board here for Timberlane as they look for their 13th win overall this season.
The Braden Bowman show here in the first half. Him and Condon just taking over on the offense. And this is a good possession here. It's a good good way to just slow things down. Good take, like that.
Franciosa trying to force it. Charest was with him step for step. Warriors will restart behind the cage. Well, the defender gambled there. We'll see if Winnacunnet can take advantage. It's a tough angle shot for Ryan Cialfi. Senior midfielder on his way to Franklin Pierce. That one ends up wide.
Yeah, but good choice, good selection there. He went, wide side, weak side on the goalie, and he tried for that lower corner. He just missed it.
Beyond the net, this is Lucas Botnick. Sophomore gets a step.
Nice turn.
A little bit of a jump shot. Marston, no trouble along the far post. Another senior goaltender going to weigh his options, now leaves the cage. White with one eye on him.
Nice.
Shivel takes the short pass near
Nice.
side, and there's the clear. Pulled in high by Jake Hutchins.
Oh!
Over the shoulder shot and score for Jack Condon. Well, had the room there, Roger, out in front to pull that move off, so to speak, and it looks pretty. This Timberlane score is their 9th. It's 9-3 with 5 minutes to go until halftime.
I mean, for you guys that like clears and rides and all that, that was a very well-run clear from the start by Brady Marston, pushing the corner at the 50, getting that 2-on-1 with his defender teammate. Quick pass over to the next guy, number 22, and Hutchins gets it right into Condon, and he makes a great behind-the-back goal. Well done.
Here's White. Winnacunnet wants a quick one.
Boom.
White, a split dodge. Bouncer. Marston is there. Well, that's a pretty save.
That was a very pretty save.
As he gets low, he's going to leave the cage again, and here come the Owls. Marston's looked good in this first half. So is that defense out in front of him. And now it's Coach Blaska's turn to call for time here as Timberlane wants to draw something up with 4:36 to go in this second quarter. Owls enjoying their largest lead and threatening to add to it. Out in front here, 9-3 over Winnacunnet.
Wow, impressive with Timberlane right now. They've they've shown why they're right behind Derryfield and Portsmouth in Division II, and really haven't missed a beat. They had that one surprising loss to Derryfield. That's 17-2, I believe was that score, if I'm not mistaken.
It was lopsided.
Yeah, it was lopsided. It was 17-2. And according to Coach Blaska, they just had a bad day. Day.
Yeah.
And Derryfield they've been on a roll all season long, and they just caught him at the wrong time. And so that's really the only tough score that they've had all year. And as you
because
said,
they played Portsmouth pretty tough.
They did
earlier this season.
They did.
And I'd imagine, Roger, that kind of a loss doesn't sit very well with the players, right? They want a chance for a little revenge possibly in the tournament with one of those teams.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I hear it all the time for around these contending teams, no matter what division we're talking about. I mean, Bedford the other day, they wanted Londonderry in the worst way because Londonderry pounded them last year. They're going to do it. They're matched up again tomorrow. They have them twice on their schedule this year. But no matter what, you remember those losses, and this will be a big plus, as you said at the beginning of the broadcast, for Timberlane because they haven't won against Winnacunnet in
8 years,
7 years,
8.
2016, something like that.
I think Coach said his first year, which I believe was 2015. Here's a wraparound shot that's not going to happen. Waiting in lay there was Andronako, and a good save. Was I right? Or
Yeah, no, you were right on. Yeah.
Coach Blaska told us
8
that
years.
last night. So some added motivation for Timberlane. Winnacunnet has had their number for the last 8 years, but it's been Timberlane's game here in this first half. They lead 9-3. We're coming up on 3.5 minutes to go until halftime. Coming up at halftime, full recap, stats, highlights, analysis. Out-of-town scoreboard, final week of the regular season statewide, so a lot to get to coming up at halftime. Here's Cialfi, draws a double team. The bounce pass initially mishandled, recovered.
Oh!
And now Franciosa again denied as Marston goes post to post.
Look at this.
Long outlet pass for Charest. Trying to spark the break, Timberlane with numbers. Bowman in the middle, can't reel it in. And then on the backside, it's Petrie who does. Back to Bowman. Back door for Condon, and there's the finish.
Wow.
Little tic-tac-toe, excellent movement. Condon ends up basically with a gimme near the cage, his fourth of this first half. And Timberlane rolling right now 10-3.
Man, it's not often we've said this all season, but good defense is creating tremendous offense for the Owls here. That's the second goal in a row that started with Brady Marston clearing the ball with an absolute rocket pass to half field. They missed on the first pass, but, man, Bowman and Condon, what a combination there.
How about that? They've combined for 9 of the 10 goals here for Timberlane.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this is Savage. Petrie, the freshman, Back out for Bowman. The Owls going to cycle it around here. 2:40 to go. Bowman with 5 goals. This kid Condon has 4. He's checking with Coach Blaska in real time here. And let's see if they draw the Warriors out a little bit.
Yeah, I think you slow it down here a little bit and maybe start setting a few plays up like Bishop Girton has done in the past, trying to hit the middle.
They've got the spacing now. The middle's open. They're going to pull it out even more. This is Cole Geary, the junior. Far side for Condon. Wants to come downhill to his right. Eye on the cage. Thought about it. Draws a half slide. Pass is bobbled near side and now scooped up off the grass by the Warriors.
Ooh, get out of there, kid.
That's the big pole. Hunter Marshall, the sophomore, in trouble. Ball on the ground again now on the far side. Goalie out of the cage. Andronako is swarmed. Jerry in the mix as well for Timberlane. But in the end, it's Winnacunnet's Braden Nowak. The sophomore gets to it, gets to step up the sideline. Beats Condon to midfield, but Condon may have pushed him out. He did.
He did.
At the last moment. And again, that owl ride, Roger, forcing a turnover as we get a look there right in front of our sideline cameraman, Matt Beals. A game of inches, as you can see.
Oh!
Here's a shot, deflected out in front. Ball going to roll now behind the cage. And the Warrior defense gets to it first. That's Tony Piotrowski. Pretty good spin move now by Tanyan Zylkowski.
Good clear.
Yeah, Zylkowski still with it, falls down. Going to recover himself. Still looking to hold his balance against Schivel, who's hacking at him. And then a bounce pass taken near side for Franciosa. Final minute here, second quarter. Warriors trying to end it on a high note. Marston is out of the cage after the stop, but can't quite get there in time, and the Warriors will keep it at this end.
Yeah, good hustle there by Brady between two Warriors. Just not quite there.
We're kind of thinking one here, Roger, with 40 seconds?
Sure. You got to make it happen.
Going to have a wraparound shot instead that ends up wide.
Yeah, but look at the top of the Warrior offense there. He gets around goal line extended, and his midfielders on the far side there, 73 and 71, they're not cutting down and making an outlet easier. That was a good pass.
25
finally.
seconds. Shot. Cialfi, not happening. Marston, another save from his knees. The senior now again out of the cage with one eye on the clock. We are down to 12 seconds. Marston going to float one near side, taken in by Paris. And Paris in no hurry as he gets to midfield with 5 seconds. Going to send one skyward. The Owls throw it out of bounds. There's still time on the clock, less than a second. But not enough time for Winnacunnet really to do much here.
Yeah, you see a lot of that in NCAA play with the shot clock, placing the ball where they're going to have to clear it at the end of the expiration of time. But
well, it's a fitting end to a very strong first half for Timberlane. It's 10-3 with the Owls out in front. Their two stars, Braden Bowman and Jack Condon, have combined for 9 goals, 5 for Bowman, 4 for Condon. Brady Marston has been, well, frankly, Brady Marston in goal here, and when you add it all up, Roger, it's a 7-goal difference at the midway point.
Yeah, and kind of surprising, actually. That first quarter went by very, very quick. And this game is moving quite a bit along, but I was not expecting to see a 7-goal difference by halftime. Winnacunnet, we've talked about this before. They're in man defense out there right now. Might be time to go back to zone with that score being what it is, to try and just give Timberlane a different look. They're dominating on faceoffs, but they're just not retaining the ball and getting good possessions.
All right, coming up in just a few moments, we'll look back at that first half with stats, highlights, and analysis. Out-of-town scoreboard on the final Tuesday of the regular season as well. Timberlane, a 10-3 lead at halftime. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And do you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
All right, start of the second half here in Hampton. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's a big lead for Timberlane, 10-3 over Winnacunnet. The Owls are going to win the opening faceoff here to begin this third quarter, but they're going to give it right back to the Warriors after a violation is called. Timberlane coming in at 12-2, hoping to finish out the regular season with a top 3 seed in the upcoming Division II tournament. And they've looked every good as advertised, every bit as advertised here, at least halfway through. They scored the 3 initial goals to open up, Braden Bowman, and 2 from Jack Condon. That forced Winnacunnet to use an early timeout about midway through the first quarter. And that was a wise decision from Coach Snow. His team did get back on track. They scored back-to-back goals to get on the board. Antonio Franciosa scores both. But that was the closest Winnacunnet would come in that first half, as we see another save here for Timberlane senior Brady Marston. The Owls scored the final 3 goals of the first quarter to take a 6-2 lead with them into the second quarter. Braden Bowman, 3 of the 6 in that first quarter. The freshman Landon Petrie had one at the tail end of the opening frame. Then the second quarter, Winnacunnet, they got their third goal from Tanyan Zielkowski. And we're within shouting distance at 6-3 about a minute into that second quarter. But then the Owls score 4 straight, Roger, to bring us to halftime. 2 from Bowman, 2 more from Condon. Those 2 combined for 9 of the 10 in the first half. And right now the Owls enjoying their largest lead of the game.
And they are playing very well. Very well indeed. They're going after every ground ball. They're hustling to spots on the field when they're clearing and when they're riding. Just an all-around good performance right now.
Bowman trying to free himself up, and look at this. It's the Braden Bowman show. Going to pose for the camera there after the score. How about number 6 for the youngster? He may have been pointing to his future coach who's in the stands here. It's Coach Houlihan from UNH. Senior going to head up to Durham next fall and play for the Wildcats next spring, and I'm sure Coach Houlihan loves what he sees here today.
Absolutely. He probably knew that before today's game, that this kid was a quality lacrosse player, but I just love the IQ that this kid's bringing to the game and how he's just manufacturing spots on the field for himself.
Timberlane extends their run to now 5 unanswered goals dating back to the second quarter. And with now 2 minutes gone by here in the third, it's 11-3.
You know, and are we really surprised to see this out of Timberlane? I mean, this is the first broadcast we've done this season with them. But what really impressed me, the game before this past one where they beat Kennett, was how they took care of business with Wyndham. Wyndham's got a very good record, and they're right on their heels as well. But nice play.
It's a good save, yeah.
Right off the grill.
Goaltender ready. That's Andronako. And now Winnacunnet off and running. Defenseman's going to clear it. That's Jacob Magry.
No.
Junior wants one from very deep. Marston, no problem with a chest-high save. A long outlet pass for Savage was on the money, but then Savage's pass is off target. Too high for Rocco Sirius. The freshman could not reel that one in time, and the ball goes back to Winnacunnet. With now 3 minutes gone by third quarter.
Probably not the best shot selection there by the Warrior defender. You got a all-state goalie in the net making big saves here today, and he shoots it outside just inside the box as he stepped in. But
speaking of big saves, Roger, what are the tallies for these 2 goaltenders at this point?
Yeah, Brady, and I got to tell you, except for a couple of shots from the Warriors, everything has been very difficult save-wise, with the exception of that last one. But yeah, he's up right now 8-4 with the Winnacunnet goalie getting 4 there.
Here's Shivel. Here's a bouncer, long pole. Wanted one for himself, the junior defenseman. Maybe a little upset with himself after that one, but I think Coach Black is okay with that, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially where the difference between the 2 long pole shots back to back here have been that Savage actually stepped into the box. He got right down point blank. It just came off his stick weird. Good bounce shot too.
Meanwhile, Savage trying to avoid a second offender. The sophomore going to circle back out. Now Condon will take over up top. Timberlane with 4 minutes gone by, third quarter, working on an 11-3 lead. Here's the trail. It's a new player, Tyler Cicchino. Junior midfielder didn't play much in that first half. Meanwhile, Winnacunnet now trying to clear. Zalkowski will jog middle. Work his way to his right, trying to avoid two owls at midfield. Able to duck down and clears the ball for the home team. Senior day here for Winnacunnet. Warriors hoping for their 10th straight win. After an 0-3 start to the season, the Warriors rattled off 9 straight coming into today, but again, going to have to do it from behind here, trailing big as we near the midway point third quarter. 11-3 Timberlane out in front.
Yeah, now that they're playing better lacrosse, as you mentioned, with the win streak that they got, these next 3 games are really going to determine their season.
Shot there is wide from Franciosa. Looking for a hat trick here in this third quarter. You mentioned the Warriors schedule. 2 more road games coming up later this week to round out the calendar. At Sauhegan Wednesday afternoon and then at Alvern. And neither of those are guarantees because, as we know, both the Sabres and the Broncos have had pretty good seasons so far in Division II.
Yes, indeed they have. And like I said, Division II is going to have 14 guys making the playoffs, but you'd certainly rather be in that top 5 and 6 area of the standings, no matter what. And if they don't have success in these next 3 games, they could drop very quickly in the standings.
What is it? The top 2 get buys?
Top 2 get buys, and then you've got your I think is it
right? Because then you got 12 remaining.
Yep.
So half of that is 6. 6 and 2 is 8, and there's your quarters.
Yep. You got it.
All right, on the clear. Marston again out of the cage. He's done that a lot this afternoon. He's going to hook up with Bowman, who's been the star attack-wise for Timberlane with 6 goals. He wants a 7th. He's on the run. That bouncer's a little wide, and it goes out of bounds.
I love the clear that Coach Blaska just put in there. Let the attackman come over half field and get that ball. Stay on sides. Show a different look.
Well, there's a collision. And another one here in full speed. Franciosa runs over Paris.
All good.
Going to reverse, and that one comes out a little wild out of the stick. Flies all the way, nearly across the street. Winnacunnet will settle for the restart in the far corner.
I like what I just saw at number 90 there. The only captain for the Warriors this year. Getting a little edge to him and trying to put a few bodies down and, maybe go to the rack here. And he's got the ball right now.
Franciosa, both of his goals came back in that first quarter. He's going to take a tumble. It's loose. It's scooped up by the long pole Paris. And he's off and running along the near sideline for Timberlane.
Find it. Ooh. Called
Step out of bounds, or would he get a timeout?
I think he called timeout.
And Coach Blaska sensed his kid was in trouble and calls for his first timeout here in the third quarter. It comes with just over 5 minutes remaining. Timberlane still with a big lead, 11-3. Our broadcast brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. Buy New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait, and it's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the Seacoast, visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. By Spectrum Monthly, local, powerful local advertising solutions. Find out more at SpectrumMonthly.com. And finally, by Roger Howe Real Estate, part of the Bean Group. Call 603-247-1583 or email Roger at rhowerealestate.com. Nick Anastas with Roger Howe. Timberlane has led wire to wire so far. They're enjoying their largest lead at 11-3, hoping to leave here with their 13th win of the year. They'll have a chance to close out the regular season, maybe at 14-2, Roger, when they visit Merrimack Valley to wrap up the campaign on Thursday.
Yeah, and I can't think of a team in all the years that I've coached and watched high school games, a coach do so much with so little when it came to the Timberlane Owls. Always has had a short roster, and since he took over, as we mentioned 8 years ago, this program has done nothing but get better every year, and it's really good to see.
And as Coach told us last night, really since the end of the COVID-19 situation, his club has made a name for themselves in a good way with those back-to-back deep postseason runs. They go all the way to the championship game in 2021, and last year a pretty good run as well. There's Bowman over the shoulder, a wild shot that ends up out of play. Timberlane wins the foot race, and it'll stay here. But, of course, a lot of these kids, especially the upperclassmen, have really been a part of that since that canceled season of 2020 and have helped really establish this team as now a program over there in Plastow.
Nice shot.
Shot and score. It's Condon's fifth. It comes from the near side slot, and Timberlane blowing this one wide open, 12-3, with now inside of 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Yeah, and a couple other factors, to go along with that statement, Nick, is the fact that Ken Blaska has got the enthusiasm of a 14-year-old kid with a new lacrosse stick or a new hockey stick, and he's infectious around his players, and they feed off of that. And the Rattlers program, his youth program, has come back to where it was back in the day when they were strong in football and that sort of thing. But yeah, he's got a lot of things going for him out of that Timberlane program.
And again, he seems like the type of coach any player would want to play for, as you mentioned. Very enthusiastic, energetic, and just seems like a fun guy to be around.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Bowman lost the ball.
Oh, that's...
Two players hit the grass, a whistle. Some noise from both benches. Officials trying to sort this one out.
Yeah, but
they'll keep it here.
They've called a very good game here. There's a couple of times they could have reached for their pocket. Good non-calls, but no penalties so far this game. Yeah.
Inside of 3 minutes in this fast-moving third quarter.
Watch this.
Wrap around Condon.
Outside.
And we get caught up in the netting, behind the cage. Winnacunnet is going to get to it. And now try and clear it out of their own end. Pretty good look, though.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Warriors get the clear. Zylkowski trying to avoid a double team here in front of the Timberlane bench.
He's got guys. Just give it up.
Hoping to avoid the turnover, and now does find the spacing. Coming up in 2 minutes, third quarter. Head down for Cialfi. Far side, White. Low shot won't get through, and now Marston out of the cage has it. The future St. Michael's commit. The future Purple Knight. Going to head to his right, fire one off the back leg.
Good look.
This one swept ahead by Bowman, who's going to throw a shoulder, and the official is going to break this one up.
Ward.
Yeah, they got a Ward on Bowman, who's not happy. The senior co-captain voicing his displeasure down on the field. He's going to collide here with Zylkowski, and a flag is finally going to fly. Meanwhile, Zylkowski breakdances his way over midfield. He's still on his feet.
Just run, kid. There you go. What? And another one.
And another flag. All right, Roger, what's going on here?
Yeah, we got a push, and it's got to be a misconduct.
Coach Blaska's not happy. He's got two of his players now down in the penalty box.
Yeah.
That's Bowman. I can't see the other number,
Condon.
Roger. Condon? Is it?
Yep.
So his two big stars on attack are going to have to sit out here. And that drew the ire of the longtime head coach. Comes with 1:35 remaining. And the first EMO of the afternoon on the way for either team. As Winnacunnet has it with the man advantage. Meanwhile, the official still explaining some things here.
I guess we got two guys on two pushes by the signal from Jimmy Tufts.
Are you off me?
It was a conduct? Okay. Conduct on Bowman, push on Condon.
Okay, because Bowman was voicing his displeasure there for quite a while. So that makes sense. Meanwhile, that shot goes off the crossbar, and the ensuing ground ball ends up with the Timberlane pole, Logan Johnson, the junior. Another off-target pass that ends up being too strong, rolls out of bounds far side, and it's given back to Winnacunnet. That Warrior ride has held its own here.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad. They're spread out pretty good. The spacing's good.
Zalkowski absorbs the check.
All right, they kill off one, Nick, and now they still got one in the box.
It's the misconduct penalty.
Yes.
Right? It's
yeah.
going to hold Bowman hostage for a little longer here, inside of a minute. Shot and score.
Wow.
It's a bouncer for White, who slips free. Pretty good face dodge there on the far side, and then Marston was at his mercy, so to speak, as the senior was one-on-one with the goaltender there. White gets his first. Winnacunnet scores their first goal since early in the second quarter. And it comes with 45 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Warriors trying to scratch their way back in it. It's now 12-4.
And that is going to be an EMO goal for the Warriors. They got that in just under the wire with only about 10 seconds left on the penalty. So good for them to keep the attack going while they had the advantage.
Final 30 seconds. This is Jake Hutchings. Now back for Savage, the sophomore. He's got speed. Eyes on the cage, draws a slide, draws a switch. Up top for Condon. Pulls the trigger. That ball won't get through.
It's a body.
And in the end, it's the goaltender who scoops it up. Andronako, far side for the poles. Poked loose from behind. Good defensive play on the back check there by Condon. Down to 4 seconds. Up ahead.
Why not?
Desperation shot over the shoulder for the freshman Petrie. No problem. In net there for Andronako, and that'll do it. 3 quarters in the books. Timberlane, they add 2 more to their halftime total and are in the driver's seat as we head towards the final 12 minutes of regulation. It's 12-4 Owls. Is it the Owls' night? Do they capture their 13th win of the season, or will Winnacunnet somehow, some way preserve their win streak? They're going to need a heck of a fourth quarter to do so. We'll find out on the other side. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Ben, who are you on?
Start of the fourth quarter here in Hampton. Timberlane, a 12-4 lead here in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Final week of the regular season, the Owls closing in on potentially a top 3 seed in the upcoming Division II tournament. They've led wire to wire today by as many as 9, and right now in a good spot, ahead by 8 here as we head to the final quarter. Nick and Astis, Roger Howe with you. The Owls scored the first 3 goals. Braden Bowman, Jack Condon. Condon scores 2. And it was 3-0 really before Winnacunnet could settle in. They had to use an early timeout about midway through that first quarter. Antonio Franciosa came up with 2 goals in response for Winnacunnet, and the Warriors were back within 1. But Timberlane rattled off 3 more before the end of the first quarter. Bowman another 2. Gets a first quarter hattie, and the freshman Landon Petrie scored in the final seconds of that first quarter, 6-2 after 1 in favor of Timberlane. Winnacunnet's Tanyan Zielkowski made it 6-3.
Ooh.
As Bowman looks for another shot here that won't quite find its target. Condon has it, fakes the pass, keeps it behind the net. Hooks up now with Chiquino, and that shot is off target. Back to the recap. Timberlane 4 in a row to close out the half. Bowman with 2 more, Condon with 2 more. And as a result, at halftime, Bowman, the senior, had 5 goals.
Oh.
And his junior teammate, Jack Condon, had 4. And then in that third quarter, that combination continued to produce. Bowman scoring less than 2 minutes into the third quarter. Condon a few moments later. It was 12-3 Timberlane at that point, and that was the largest Owl lead so far. Warriors, they get their lone goal of the third quarter in the final minute, an EMO goal after a dual penalty was taken by Timberlane. Caleb White able to cash in, and that's where we are here. 12-4 with now 2 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. The Warriors hoping for a comeback to preserve their win streak, which would stretch to 10 games if they can somehow pull this one off from behind. Meanwhile, White took in a contested pass there in front of the home bench, and then it's going to be a timeout. Winnacunnet. Coach Snow going to use his first of this second half to talk things over with just over 2 minutes gone by. His club trailing here 12-4.
Yeah, while you were doing the recap there, Brady Bowman with 2 attempts on goal, the one being point blank, and Andronako rises to the occasion on both and gets a nice clearing pass that wasn't clean by the time it got to the defender. But I think Coach Snow recognizes that his boys have been working hard on the other end of the field. Let's get a good settled possession here. Start to maybe wear down the defenders on Timberlane's side and, put a couple on the board here. Make it go. As we know, we talked about it on Sunday. BG was they put 7 in the tank in the fourth quarter against the best team in Massachusetts. It can be done. So.
Yeah. Not over till it's over, as we know. But Timberlane has looked like the better team here this afternoon. Reminder, later this week, we're in Derry on the final day of the regular season. Bedford at Pinkerton in a crucial Division I matchup. We're on the air from Pinkerton Academy prior to that 5 o'clock opening face-off. Probably get busy at about 4:50 or so on Friday. So first of 2 live broadcasts this week, 2 games of the week here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, presented by Beals Insurance. All right, 2.5 gone by, fourth quarter. Warriors trailing big here. Going to have to get something going sooner rather than later. This is White to his right. And with nowhere to go, he's forced to give it up.
Good defense there by Logan Johnson. Good body positioning. Stayed with him. Bodied him up.
Coach Snow says clear it out.
Love it.
White trying to back his way down against the bigger-bodied Shivel, and Shivel's just going to take it away from him. The long pull, forcing the turnover, and now on the clear, Timberlane trying to get something going on the break, but that pass is knocked down by Magri.
Yeah, that's Corman on the freshman side for the Owls.
Yeah.
First time we've talked about him today.
Well, this one is up for grabs along that far sideline. Chiquino in the mix for Timberlane. And here's Marston. Who's flying out of the cage, joins the fray, comes up with the ball, and then says, I'll clear it myself. Meanwhile, there's a flag on the play on the Winnacunnet side of the field.
Get it.
Not sure what that's about, but Timberlane's going to hold it.
I think it's going to be against 71, Nick, Zielkowski, and he's holding his side. He must have did something. He's still swinging that stick, though. Oh,
shot.
That's a good play.
And a big pop afterwards as well. Big hit laid out as Bowman went flying. Pretty rough shot there by DJ Scatia, sophomore midi for Winnacunnet. This play continues. Flag's still down on that far side.
Yeah, there's no reason to hurry this play up.
Savage trying to test the waters. Goes behind the cage. Petrie.
Bang.
Pass knocked down and then eventually scooped up to draw the whistle. So a penalty on the way here against Winnacunnet. And hard to believe, Roger, but that's the first penalty against the Warriors here this afternoon. It comes with 4.5 gone by in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's going to be a slash on Zylakowski. And we didn't see it point blank, but there was definitely some movement in the swing under the stick we saw on the backside of that. So
it's actually on White.
Yeah.
So it's White who's down.
Is it on White?
Yep. Well, now Zylakowski is coming over as well, but I don't think he's heading to the box. White is in the box. Zylakowski is just on the sideline. And you're right, Roger. He's shaking up a little bit.
Yeah, he got the wrong number. Jimmy Tufts got the wrong number. It was clearly Zylakowski that.
So we've got an innocent man in jail, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and there it is, Bowman.
Boy, he's been very impressive. 5 goals in that first half. And how about another 2 here in the second half? Still plenty of time to go as well. Over 7 minutes remaining in regulation. Timberlane back up 9 as they match their largest lead from earlier, 13-4.
Yeah, and they're going to get an EMO goal out of this. Just a good rotation and good dodge up top. Finds the hole.
Good execution all around.
Who are you on, Ben? I assume Ian.
Timberlane closing in on what would be their 5th straight. Of course, only 2 blemishes on the schedule. A hard-fought 10-7 loss back on April the 18th against defending champion Portsmouth. And then, as you mentioned, a lopsided blowout loss against Derryfield a few weeks back. But since then, they've righted the ship. And a win today, again, would be their 5th in a row and 13th overall.
Yeah, head of steam going into the playoffs. We've seen that from just about every game that we've done here over the last couple of weeks.
We've been spoiled lately, haven't we?
We really have. I mean, there's been some really good games, and I can't think of a bad game that we've done this year, quite frankly.
Right.
Look at that.
Tough angle.
Great shot selection, though. I mean,
you like that?
I don't like the angle, but I like what he did with the shot. He nice bounce shot, hard.
Put it on the post.
Put it right on him, yeah.
That was Tony Piotrowski, the junior defenseman, coming up on attack there. Or no, that was Lucas Botnick, sophomore midi. That makes more sense.
Yeah, there we go.
Meanwhile, Savage, he's got a quick first step. Sophomore still going here near side. Going to hook up with Petrie behind the cage, but the freshman took his eye off the ball, and it costs him as it rolls just over that white line back to Winnacunnet.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a statement here, and I'm gonna make a probably not the most daring take I've ever done, but we're gonna be talking about Michael Savage in the next couple of years.
Yeah,
kid's got some talent. I just love everything about his game right now. He's doing everything right.
Plays for the New Hampshire Tomahawks in the offseason. Coach Cameron spoke highly of him, and as Coach Blaska told us last night, he's one of the more versatile players he's had in a while, can kind of throw him in where needed. And he predicted he'd play a big role today, and that seemingly has been the case.
Yeah. He isn't on the scorecard, but much like we talked about Timmy Kiley on Sunday in that game, he wasn't on the scorecard until he scored 3 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But he was a part of every play, and it seems Savage is the same for the Owls here.
There's a pass up top. Ciolfi, the bouncer, just off. Marston again scrambling out of the cage, and it makes a difference. Timberlane's going to get the ball here with inside of 5 minutes remaining. Well, again, we spoke with Coach Blaska. That's, of course, part of our weekly program on Monday nights, FNL Lacrosse, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. We're going to be off this Monday because of Memorial Day. But then we'll be back for a final show in the first Monday night in June. So
that'll be the playoff show.
Yes,
going into
yes. We'll preview everything there and be good to go. So tune in on Monday, June the 2nd, our next live episode, right here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. Final 4:20 here. A 13-4 lead for Timberlane. They have never trailed here on the road.
Coming hard.
And they look for the finishing touch here. Chance to go up double digits for the first time. Condon playing well with 5 goals. Bowman has led the way with 7. So if my West High math is correct, that's 12 of the 13 for Timberlane. Here's a spin, shot, and score. Make it 12 of 14 now. As Austin Charest, the junior midi, puts his name in the scorer's ledger. And Timberlane leads by 10 for the first time at 14-4.
Yeah, they're just doing nice, easy, controlled possessions now. There's not a lot of transition. They're slowing it down when they get the ball over half field. This one is getting away from the Warriors, obviously, and it's time to maybe just take a break and get your guys, keep them healthy.
It was a timeout. Yeah, Coach Snow, he's still got 2 more games this week to get his club ready for 2 road games against 2 pretty good teams, Sauhegan and Alvern. So maybe an eye on those 2 remaining games at this point with just 3:49 to go. And this one seemingly in stone. Timberlane, impressive. Looking like a soon-to-be 13-2 team should. As they have, again, led wire to wire. And, Coach said about this group, they're physical, they're tough. They play with discipline, and they try to control the chaos, so to speak.
Is that a quote?
That's a quote.
That's a quote. I can hear Ken saying the word chaos.
Yes.
He's said that many times.
But it seems like the DNA, and plus you throw in arguably the best goaltender in the division, that seems like a recipe for another long postseason run.
Yeah, and I would agree with that prior statement. That Brady Marston, for what we've seen and what I know of the other teams that we haven't broadcast, he's up there with Leibitz. Patterson, I think he's definitely a little better than Patterson at Portsmouth.
Patterson's young though.
Yeah, he's very young,
and he's very good.
He's a sophomore, I believe.
Right. All right.
Yeah, nothing to take away from the goaltender at Portsmouth, but just the fact that Marston he's the man. I mean, how many times have we seen him clear the ball on his own this year? We haven't seen hardly any of that out of any goaltender this year.
Yeah, he seizes the initiative.
Yeah.
And seems comfortable doing so.
Yeah. Well,
now as a 3-year starter, and again a St. Michael's commit on his way to Burlington this fall.
And I encourage that out of our goalies when I coach, because I want you to force the ride to make a move. You don't want to sit back and, risk long passes across the field. You force the corners and you force the riders, if they're in a drop zone, to play one or the other, and then you've got the open man. And
sorry, Roger.
No, he recognizes that very well, and that's just goalie IQ that comes from good coaching, whether it's from Ken Blaska or Coach Schivel, his assistant, or anybody that he's been coached with from the Tomahawks.
Well, we've got some of the backups in both ways as we get a look at Winnacunnet's Maxim St. Pierre, who tried to fire despite being double-teamed. The sophomore comes up slow, and then Bryce Carty is in net for Timberlane, the junior, and perhaps heir apparent to the departing Blake Marston, who will graduate, of course, in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, Coach Blaska has taken both Condon and Bowden out.
Yep.
Or Bowman, that is.
Shot, score.
But
Adam Devaney, junior attack, says, well, this is what I can do. Pretty good-looking goal there from the near side, and the lead 11 for the first time at 15-4.
Well, listen, you guys that are sitting pine right now and are underclassmen, this is the way to do it. You get out there and you immediately take the opportunity that's given to you, and good for that young man, Adam Devaney, to take it to the rack. Just a good opportunity, and he scores.
3 unanswered now for Timberlane in this fourth quarter. 15-4. Final 2 minutes coming up after the game. Stats, highlights, analysis, out-of-town scores, and a preview of Bedford Pinkerton coming up as well. So a lot to get to following this one. Live here from Hampton. All right, one-on-one. This is Alexander Strader.
Nice.
And it's knocked down. Carty, no problem. Save number 2 off the bench. But his clear pass is intercepted. Taken away middle of the field by Beckett Rath.
Good.
Freshman midfielder, fanned on the shot. Ball goes skyward. Chiquino underneath it for Timberlane. He has it. Going to throw it off the back of the goal. Ball in the netting before it's fished out by Carty. And we head towards the final minute here with Timberlane's 15-4 lead still intact.
Yeah, good trail check by Chiquino to get that ball on the ground and force the turnover.
Shot. Stopped.
Oh, good save.
That's a good save, is right. Andronako, who has had his moments here. I know.
Yeah.
We're going to look at the total and say
He's got
say whatever you want to say, but he's
9
starting
saves.
to pile them up. Right.
Yeah.
That one a good one from point-blank range. He'll stay with Timberlane here. Final 38 seconds.
Ben, that is like reckless.
And we'll see how aggressive the Owl attack is here. Coach Blaska's still in coach mode. He sees a shot and a score. I'll count that one from Michael Savage. Left alone there momentarily on that far wing, and the youngster able to square the shoulders.
No.
Or are they going to wave this off?
I'm not sure because we
Official said something. They're not going to, or they are.
Well, we were in running clock there too.
Yeah, they got a face-off coming up, so I believe the goal is going to count and make it 16-4 with 17 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it shouldn't have stopped. The new rule is it stays on.
16-4. Or no, it should be. But it should be 15-5. Right?
No, the goal counted because they had a face-off.
Oh, all right. So the goal did count.
Yeah.
So it is 16-4, and that is going to be our final. We apologize for the confusion there. But either way, it's a wire-to-wire win for Timberlane as the Owl comes to town and they capture a dominating win. Led today by Braden Bowman, 7 goals. He was backed up by the junior Jack Condon, who had 5, and that was the lion's share of the work on the attack anyway for Timberlane. Brady Marston and the defense in front of him, they play well as well. So this one ends up 16-4. Coming up, full recap, stats, highlights, out-of-town scoreboard, all that, and then some on the other side. Timberlane a winner, 16-4. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And do you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
Ben, is this better than what I was doing before?
16-4 is our final. Timberlane, a wire-to-wire win over Winnacunnet in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. Winnacunnet coming in winners of 9 straight. A chance to improve to 10-3 overall. Timberlane came in at 12-2 with their eyes on potentially the number 3 seed in the upcoming Division II tournament. Owls put the stamp on this one very early. First minute, Braden Bowman, an unassisted goal. The future UNH Wildcat had a big day today. We'll get to that. But Bowman set the stage. It was 1-0 Timberlane, again, less than a minute in. Then back-to-back goals from junior Jack Condon pushed the Owl lead up to 3-0. That was enough for Coach Snow to call a Winnacunnet timeout. That righted the ship momentarily as Antonio Franciosa, the senior midfielder on his way to Western Connecticut, scored back-to-back goals, and it looked like the Warriors were ready to go at that point within one at 3-2. But then Timberlane had the last laugh. They scored 3 more over the final 3 minutes of that first quarter. 2 more for Bowman, 1 for the freshman Landon Petrie, and it was 6-2 Timberlane after 1. Again, the Warriors show some spirit as they get a goal from Tanyan Zielkowski, the senior midfielder on his way to South Carolina. Scored 1 in the first minute of that second quarter to make it 6-3. But again, Timberlane. Combination, Roger, really of the ride, the goaltending, and what was a really good 1-2 punch to watch today in Bowman and Condon. They score another 4 straight to bring us to halftime. Bowman 2 more, Condon 2 more, and it was 10-3 at the break. Third quarter, more of the same. Bowman another, Condon another. That was the largest lead to that point at 12-3. Warriors get 1 back in the final minute of the third quarter on an EMO. Only, 2 EMOs tonight?
2, yeah, 1
and
for
2
each
goals,
team.
by the way, yeah. Caleb White gets 1 for Winnacunnet there with 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Warriors are back within 8 at 12-4 after 3 quarters, but just was not going to be Winnacunnet's night here on senior night as Timberlane piles it on in that fourth quarter. Bowman, a 7th or an 8th? How many did he have?
7.
7?
7. 7 and 1.
Yep, he scored
8
on
points.
the EMO there a few minutes into the fourth quarter, and then
He actually should have had two others there in the fourth quarter, point blank, and Andronakos snuffed him.
Yeah, got robbed a couple of times, but he was really impressive today. And again, Timberlane scores 4 unanswered in that fourth quarter. Bowman, Austin Charest, Adam Devaney, and then Michael Savage with 17 seconds left for good measure. 16-4. Timberlane wins it running away as they improve to 13-2. They've now won 5 in a row. For Winnacunnet, it's their first loss since their 3rd game of the season as their 9-game win streak comes to an end. Certainly still in that top 5 mix at 9-4 with 2 games remaining. Roger, your thoughts?
Very impressed with the Owls today. Was not expecting a score of 16-4. Just impressive game from start to finish. They are a well-rounded team. Defensively, they're pretty fierce. I was impressed by some of the defensive stuff I saw out there today, especially from Savage on the defensive midfield side of things. And Shivel. Shivel's a name we didn't say a lot today, but he's a thoroughbred coming from a family that plays defense, and they do well. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more out of the Warriors in terms of offensive settling and running of plays. But as we've said many times about the Warrior program, Coach Snow does a lot with a little, and they're going to be in the playoffs. But I think the next two games are going to tell us really more about Winnacunnet than this game is telling us about.
Yeah, I agree with that. And again, the Warriors do have another couple chances later this week to get back on the horse, so to speak, and get a couple more wins. They're at Sauhegan on Wednesday afternoon and then at Alvern to close out the season on Thursday. Timberlane, one more game. That's also on the road at Merrimack Valley on Thursday. I got one score, Roger, here, a blowout. Dairyfield 22, Conval 0.
Conval
that's
0?
That's all I've got for you right now.
Well,
there's no D1 games on the slate tonight, by the way, which is
a
little unusual.
No, and that's a surprise. I've said Conval's name a couple of times. I thought they were a sleeper, and they had at least a couple goals in them against Dairyfield. But wow,
Cougars flexing their muscles. They improved to 15-1.
Yeah,
with one remaining. Again, they're tied atop the D2 standings with Portsmouth. All right, on Friday, we're back on the road. We're in Derry. On the final day of the regular season statewide, Pinkerton hosting Bedford. That's a big, big, big Division I regular season game for both teams. And, well, the result could reverberate with the upcoming Division I seedings, in the tournament as well. The winner, essentially, is going to be the 3 seed.
3 seed, yeah.
So a lot to play for between the Bulldogs and the Astros. We're on the air at 4:50 Eastern Time on Friday in advance of that 5 o'clock start. Roger, your final thoughts before we say goodbye.
Good luck to these two teams as they enter the final couple of games here, and look forward to seeing how they both fare in the first round, especially because they're not going to be in that play-in game, I don't believe, either one of them, obviously Timberlane. But, yeah, looking forward to seeing what Bedford and Pinkerton can do on Friday. That's, as you said, that's going to be a big game. It'll determine the top 4 seedings in a bigger way than what we see right now. Bedford still has Londonderry in front of them. They got a Londonderry game tomorrow,
right.
And that could still be a good contest for them because Londonderry's been hot and cold, but they've had their moments too, especially in the Exeter game that we did.
Busy week for the Bulldogs. They played last night against Merrimack as well.
Yeah, they did, and that was a big game for them too. They got smacked around by Merrimack last year and lost that game. First time they've lost to Merrimack in a long, long time. And they really dominated. 15-5 was the final score there, and that's a good warm up for Londonderry, and then that game tomorrow should be a good warm up for Pinkerton. So.
Right.
You can feel the excitement of the playoffs coming, and talking to people within the sport, and everybody's gearing up, and they just want the season to be over, and they want to start hitting the playoffs. So I can feel it.
Yeah,
I can feel it.
All right. Want to thank Aaron Aboud for his hospitality here. The Winnacunnet Athletic Director always has our back. We appreciate that. And, of course, the sponsors for making it all happen: Beals Insurance, MG Sports Fundraising, New Hampshire iPhone Repair, the New Hampshire Tomahawks, of course, Spectra Monthly, and you, my friend, Roger Howe Real Estate of the Bean Group. Of course, the videography duo was top-notch tonight, as it always is. New combination, Ian Maluski upstairs, Matt Beals on the sideline. We like that for sure and appreciate those guys helping out. The whole thing was, of course, pieced together by the man behind the curtain, the wizard of replay, our director back in the Beals Insurance Studios, Ben Beals, and, of course, the whole operation overseen by the unseen hand, Steve Beals, the big man in the big chair down in the Sunshine State. For Roger Howe, my name is Nick Anastas saying so long. Final score, final time, Timberlane 16, Winnacunnet 4. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.